The main race of the afternoon then, race number 7 at Sha Tin on Sunday is the Bohemia Sprint Trophy. This is a Group 3 over the 1,000 metres. 7 go to post, headed by Regency legend. They try the blinkers on. So he tries the 1,000 for the first time. He was last in the Sprint International Day. Premier behind Athero last time out. That was in the Jockey Club Sprint. He is a winner of this race in the past. So Jolly Banner, runner-up. Last time out, course and distance behind Full of Beauty. Thanks Forever, beaten once, 3 out of 4 course and distance. Big Time Baby, his 4 wins have been on the all-weather over the 1,200 metres. California Web, 4-time winner from the 12 to the 14. A Big Party, impressive winner at Happy Valley last time out over the 1,200 metres. Back to the 1,000, a distance he debuted at as favourite and was beaten. Thanks Forever and California Whip, the horses that have been up at Chung Fa within the last month.
It might only be a modest tempo here because I don't think there's going to be too much up front to really challenge Premier, who's had a recent trial coming into this. Vincent Ho riding here for Francis Loy. So Premier on the second line, you've got Big Party, Thanks Forever, Big Time Baby, Regency legend there, California Whip. We know that Jolly Banner can miss the kick from time to time. He got back in this race last year but ran home strongly to win it.
Forget this run from Regency Legend last time. He's working here nicely. No problems with him here. He was wide the whole way in the HKIR, the International Sprint, but he moves fluently and comes in this race looking in good order. So no problems. And this horse is flying at the moment, Big Time Baby. Matthew Chadwick aboard. His work's been really good. He's really keen, as you can see. He wants to get on with it. He's won 2 of his last 4. They were both on the surface, but the other 2 runs on the turf were good. Just a slow piece from Big Time Baby, but I thought he'd probably start close to favourite, although he isn't now. So I just thought it would be worth having a look. And nice big strong horse and goes fluently here.
Yeah, the market's got me beat at the moment. We'll come back to that in a second. We'll start with the big grey, though. Big Party and trainer Frankie Law.
I think this horse, for me, he lead to get some cover or behind some horses should be better. This horse, the first start in 1,000, low cover. He lead by himself. So he finished 5th. And then this season, first start also, he jumped fast and low cover. He lead all the way, but only last 50, he slowed down. So last time I just asked Joe to try to get some cover, and then he can do it.
So coming back to the straight for the first time since that debut, 5th, what are your thoughts heading into Sunday's race with him back in trip as well, 2 to 1,000 metres?
I think only he can get some cover, maybe follow some horses. I think it should be okay for him.
Are you confident that he's a good enough horse to win at this group level?
Try, but in that race also have one Thanks Forever, quite strong. But anyway, need to try.
He's a horse who's always shown some good ability, Frankie, but obviously for a horse his age, his runs have been fairly well spaced. He's still a lightly raced horse. Is he a tough horse to keep sound? Is he difficult to manage?
Before, I think last season, after last race, he had got some problem and the knee and then the sore back. Now it's okay, but as we say, need to look after him very carefully.
Cover the key word then for Big Party. Just the 7 runners, and he's drawn barrier 7 as well. Back to the 1,000 metres. See, that's a positive, though?
Yeah, but I think he will get the cover with Premier going across. Look, he's got the pace, isn't he? He just cruises. And that first up run, he just sort of blew up, didn't he? Second
0 from 3, fresh up.
Fresh up. So I think you're just going to say he's not a fresh horse. So, look, 1,000, it's interesting they're coming back to 1,000, but I think he can do it well enough. I think he's got the ability, no question.
He's got the ability, all right. It's certainly his biggest test to date. We've seen that those failures in the past when he has been fresh, but he won like a really good horse the other night at Happy Valley. Did it really easy, blitzed them, really.
All right, OK, so that's Big Party. Let's have a look at some of the rivals. You can probably see most of them here, in actual fact. Regency Legend and Jolly Banner. This is the opening day when, at this stage, Regency Legend's still unbeaten. Yeah,
I've put him in here, Regency Legend. I've put him in for second in this race. He won like a really good horse on this occasion. A real authoritative victory there. A Jolly Banner out wide. I think it's Season's Bloom there as well. Styling City, Wishful Thinker, though. They're all there. Look, he has won twice over 1,000 metres in New Zealand as a 2-year-old, and he did them pretty well before being rolled in a stakes race at Trentham. Tough run last start, 3 wide, no cover.
Yeah, so look, I think he's definitely a chance. He's There's obviously some little issues there, or he's been wide and he sort of dropped out.
The start before wasn't great, the trial race, though, was it?
No, it wasn't. So you are taking him on trust a little bit. He's got the big weight to carry as well.
OK, that's Regency Legends. This is Thanks Forever and California Whip. Now, Frankie mentioning Thanks Forever in the interview there, and he's got a good form line with him because Thanks Forever's got form around Fat Turtle, one of Law's inmates too. Yeah,
so he knows he can sort of judge the ability there. It was a good run from this horse because he was wide most of the way, Thanks Forever, and he still stayed on really nicely. Now, we know he's pretty devastating down the straight 1,000 as well. He's had 4 goes down it and he's won 3 of them, so he's definitely a major chance as Thanks Forever. He's a fast horse.
It was a good run on that occasion from him because he was caught wide in that race pretty much throughout and really tried hard in what was a really competitive finish. So he's definitely one of the players as well.
All right, Big Time Baby we can have a look at winning on the all-weather, whereas all his wins have been. But it was a huge run behind Athero 3 starts back as well.
Yeah, so you can't write him off as just an all-weather horse, I think, this horse. I mean, he really stretched out nicely to pick up the runaway leader here and won really nicely. Well, that was a really good run. He's been in great form this season. The straight 1,000 holds no fears because he did get second behind Athero on the turf. So a horse in really good form at the moment. Look, I threw him in there. I think he'd be at a reasonable price too. Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me if he runs a big race, but there's a few other nice horses I wanted to choose from here, so I didn't quite sneak him into the top 4 this time round. Big Time Baby. All
right, Premier, loads of speed, Premier, and he's had a farewell off the track. He's second up from a decent gap. This is his go, though, 1,000 metres.
Yeah, he followed the outside rail when he was able to win this race back in 2018, and then he was, 4 from 4 that season, I think, Premier, and he looked like a really nice horse. He's had a lot of issues. Francis Lawyers nursed him back to health. He didn't do too much in the Jockey Club sprint behind Athero from gate number 5, but didn't mind his recent barrier trial there. I think there was Elusive State winning that.
He's had 2 starts for the huge stable and has only beaten 1 horse home, though.
All right, winner of this race 2 seasons ago. This was this is Jolly Banner, but he was a winner of this race last season.
Yeah, he was, and look, he goes nicely enough here. Jolly Banner hits the line well, so nothing wrong with him either. He's another chance.
Yep, he had 113 pounds on that occasion with Matthew Poon to win. He's got 126 to carry this time round.
All right, OK, 7 runners, Paul. We need 4 numbers and a winner, please.
Yeah, it's a big race, and I've got Big Party on top to beat Big Time Baby. So I think Big Party, look, he's the young pretender coming through. He comes in with a lightweight, so he's going to get his opportunity. He's drawn against the rail. I think Premier will come from 6. He's next to him, will cross him, so he'll get a perfect trail just in behind. Should get a good run. Big Time Baby, he likes the 1,000 as well, and he's a horse in really good form at the moment. Thanks Forever, 3 out of 4 down the straight 1,000 and had excuses last time, but I wouldn't want to be taking $1.80 about Thanks Forever. I'd rather take the $5.30 about Big Party, thanks very much. And Regency Legend in there for 4th. So 7, 5, 4, 1. I think 7 can win this.
I'm also siding with Big Party. It's interesting because he's having his quickest ever backup he's ever had through his 8-start career. It's only 11 days, so he's never had an 11-day turnaround in the past, has Big Party. We know he's not a fresh horse, but he was brilliant winning the other night at Happy Valley. So 7 on top to beat 1. Regency Legend, he's a 2-time winner over 1,000 metres. If he's at his best, he'll be right there and the blinkers go on. Thanks Forever. We know he's got a super record course and distance. And I'll throw in Premier. I'm not really sure what to expect, but he is in the market at 7.6 and 3.7. So he's got some support for him, Premier, Vincent Ho and Francis Loy. So 7, 1, 4 and 2.
All right. I went 4 and 7, but I thought I'd be tipping against the favourite. I thought Big Title, he still might be come race time, but I thought Thanks Forever with his straight track form worth taking a chance with, but it's not really a chance, is it, at 1.9 at this stage. Thought California Whip was the horse I had the hardest time making a case for. Whoever wins this, or whoever runs well, though, could be looking at the Centenary Sprint Cup down the track, end of January, the first leg of the Hong Kong Speed Series.
Yeah, well, that's only about 3.5 weeks away, so we've seen all the good horses out in the last couple of days, especially at Sha Tin on Friday morning. All the good horses like Beat the Clock, Mr Stunning, they were all there, so it's the time they've been brought out again, and yeah, I think whoever does win this race can book themselves a ticket to that.
So that might be one of the reasons for the turnaround, Paul, for Big Party, because they need a stepping stone to get into, maybe to that race.
True. Yeah, they could well be. And the horse is in form and he's obviously done well, so why not race him?
All right, it's going to be a good race. That's the Bohemia Sprint Trophy, race number 7, 1,000-metre dash. Still 2 more races to come on the all-weather for us. Next up for us, though, race number 8, Class 3, over the 1,400.